Hi, everyone. I'm Kelsey,
And I'm George.
and you're listening to the Box Officers podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. Please be sure to leave us a star rating or review wherever you're listening to this episode.
Watching a bad movie is like witnessing a serious crime. But have no fear, the box officers are here. Each episode, Kelsey and I will review a new movie, and at the end of each episode, we will classify the film according to the severity of the punishment.
Yes, so films can be convicted of a felony, a misdemeanor, an infraction, or on the rare occasion, found innocent. So, without further ado, this week we are going to be reviewing the movie Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So if you have not watched it, you're going to want to pause this movie now, go watch it because we're going to have a lot of spoilers. Otherwise, we can get into the episode. Wow. I love like I love this franchise so much. I don't know why though. It's kind of random, you know?
I am absolutely obsessed with it. Like, ever since the first one, I was like, this is my cup of tea. No, no, I need another cup. Like, a
Absolutely.
refill. And I heard someone say that this is what Fast and Furious, like, we need as many movies as Fast and Furious has. Because they always keep making Fast and Furious movies.
Magic in space. Like
And I'm like, bro, do you know how good that would be? Like, that would be so good.
no, literally, they're like, we're gonna like somebody stole the moon, we're putting it back. That's what we're about to
They
cross
have
over into.
endless capabilities to do things like the thing about Fast and Furious. I feel like this started getting weird because I'm like, okay, like why the cars like this is not realistic. But it's like when
Hmm.
you have magic involved, it's like okay, no, literally the sky's the limit, and that's not
That's
even
so
the
true.
limit. Yeah, so it's like anything is like really believable. So I'm just a big fan, and I really want to see the universe expanded.
I feel that way too, and I think that they already set it up for like the limit does not exist because with this movie they brought in even more cast, like main cast characters. So let's say, you know, I don't know, Jesse Eisenberg wakes up and he's like, I don't feel like doing it anymore. Now you have like this whole new generation, Justice Smith and all these people who are ready to like take over as the horsemen. Because it was like by the end of the movie, there were like 7 or 8 of them on that stage. I said, this is a lot. So they're setting it up
Yeah.
so that they can have like that longevity, which I think is really smart. I also will say that I think I love a magic show, so maybe that's why. Like, I love an illusion. Like, I don't. I know there's a trick there. Like, I know it's mechanical or whatever, but it's just like I love a show. I love going to like. I don't know. If I'm in Las Vegas, I need to see some kind of illusionist, some kind of magic show, some kind of something. Somebody needs
Yeah.
to ask me to pick a card. Like, that's why I'm there.
No, like I'm so obsessed with like magic shows, magic and stuff like that. Like I'm just like, wow, like do it again.
Literally.
Like literally, like I'm amazed
Another
at
one.
what I'm seeing. Yeah, do a flip. Like
Like, literally.
absolutely am so obsessed with it. So yeah, so this show, like I said, this movie is like my cup of tea. So
Yeah.
just right up
I
my alley.
You know, something that we talked about ages ago, which we should actually review this. I don't know how we haven't. Um, a classic, The Prestige.
Oh my god, my absolute favorite movie. I don't even want to talk about this because this episode is going to be 5 hours long.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
what this makes me think of whenever I think of like magic movies. I'm like, The
actually
Prestige.
what my sister said. Like I forced her to watch The Prestige, but she was just like, yeah, like she felt like the Now That You See movies were kind of like that, but like less, like more, less serious.
For sure. Yeah,
Which
I agree.
I will say, there was a scene like when they were in the house in Now You See Me, like the house with Mr. God.
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus. When they're in the house with Thaddeus, they were like, oh, the bullet trick and stuff like that. And I'm like, dang, I remember that from The Prestige. Like, I actually know how everything works. So it was actually given, like, I
Yeah.
know some background and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, not me being a little magician. I was like, I know the bullet trick with the twin and stuff. Like,
Yeah. 10 out of 10. I actually also only watched The Prestige because you made me, I think, but we were young. I was like,
did I
I don't know,
really
19.
recommend it to you?
Absolutely. And you were like, Kelsey, you have to watch this movie.
Really?
You have to
No, that
watch it.
sounds on. Like, cause I was like, bro, like I was so obsessed with that movie. Like, that movie is just like a good meal. Like, that's the Thanksgiving meal right there. Like, I don't even
It
know where
is,
to start
it
on
was,
it.
it was amazing. So and now we're box officers here, but no, that was years ago. Like we were probably like 19 or younger, maybe even.
Literally, I
It was
think
a really long
so.
time
Like,
ago.
I think you're jogging. Was it even? Yeah, it was probably in college. Yeah, like freshman year or something.
Hmm.
Like that. Okay, we're not here to talk about that movie, but
I was
that.
gonna say we're gonna come back to that one.
Yeah, no, but the Prestige, like for as people who really, I mean, I like magic stuff, but it has to be very well executed. I don't need to be seeing no like, I don't need to see no bullshit. Like to be honest, like I feel like it's something that it could be really corny, really quick, and it's
Yeah,
like I need it to come correct, be correct, look realistic. Like if I was sitting there like I felt like I would see it. Which at the beginning of this movie, I was like, no, they not merging into this man. So I was like, okay, what? Like I felt like at first the trick was a little corny, but then I was like, oh, actually, dang, that makes sense. Like I love how everything, all the tricks tied in together. The
yeah,
last trick, the big trick, I didn't even see that coming. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I kind of thought,
at all.
oh, I definitely thought, is that the son? But then, like, it was just like a oop. Like I didn't really like ponder on it, but everything I definitely didn't see none of the rest coming. So that was like really good on their behalf. Like I'm like y'all did good.
Yeah, I agree that the first one definitely. I almost got upset because like I love these movies so much, and I feel like they do really well, even though like some of it's like I don't know how realistic it is, like especially with the cards and stuff. Like it's just too precise. I don't know how. Yeah, how are you calculating the wind speed here? I don't know. Anyways, I have always liked that it's still believable.
Yeah,
So at first, that very first one with him getting all four of them, all four of the bodies going into one, I was like, okay, can't wait for you guys to tell us how you did that one because
literally.
I'm I'm gonna need an explanation because you can't just
Yeah,
leave
I
that.
was
So
like,
I was really glad that they went into that.
yeah, like I was like, yeah, that
Like,
was.
don't start off like
Cause I was like, this is giving supernatural now. Like, cause like now where's this going? I was a little about it, but it definitely came together, and I was like, okay. I would say
yes,
one thing I didn't like about this movie when I first saw the scene of the kid. What's his name? The mixed guy,
Justice Smith.
Justice. When he first saw Atlas, and he was like, "Is this really him?" And I was like, that joke went a little bit too long. Like I was a little cringed out. Like I was like, oh, like I don't know. I was like, that joke went on for a little bit too long for me. Like the writing was shaky. I started having a little doubts at that point because I was like, this is weird. It was a little bit too many. Oh, you're old jokes. Just a little bit like you're old and you're young. This was made before you. Like we get it. Gen Z appeal, like whatever. I will say they did do good Gen Z like casting. Like I feel like that really gave like somebody I would have went to school with. It did give like
Yeah,
natural, like typical, like it did give natural on that behalf. I would say that's like my only negative. Like those a little bit, the jokes were a little, not all the jokes, but specifically those old and young jokes were a little weird for me. And then that first one where he was like, "It's the projector" or whatever. I don't know. It was just a little weird. And there were some other parts where I felt like the writing was a little off. Like when he was like, "I believe," like when he was trying to convince them to actually like fight against the lady and stuff, and he was like, "Oh, like I believe that like you guys are the reason why." Something. He was like, "You guys are the reason why I kept going," or something. because I saw the horseman, and then I was just like, okay, that dialogue could have been a little bit like, I was like, okay, that could have been a little bit more expanded, but whatever. When it's not a like, I let that slide. But honestly, those stuck out so much because the other parts were so really good and really interesting and intriguing. So when it was something like bad or almost bad, it really stuck out because it was like everything else was so good and seamless. So that's kind of a compliment.
That makes sense. I would agree that like a lot of the dialogue for me, it did catch my attention in a derogatory way. Just because like the magic tricks are so cool, which like you said, that is a compliment. Like you guys are doing so good on like the stunts that I am putting you like up here. And so if the dialogue's not there, then like I'm gonna notice. But it's weird because I don't remember if the other movies the writing was that, I don't want to say bad, but like not great. But I will say that if I had to, I think the issue could have come in with the fact that it was such a large cast, like an ensemble cast like that. When you have like 7 or 8 people like that, it's hard to include everybody in a conversation in a way that feels natural. And so, um, or do it without it feeling like overwhelming and still have it like focused and purposeful so that it moves forward the plot. So when you have like 4 magicians, it's like, yeah, like you could probably get some like regular combo. When you have 8 and the age range is as it is, um, yeah, there's gonna be some weird moments in there. Like whenever you had like Dave Franco talking to Ariana Greenblatt and they're talking about like the locks and that just kept coming up, the lock picking. And I was just like, I get it. I get it. It's old versus new lock picking skills. Like we
Yeah.
get it. You don't have to spell it out for me. Or like, is it Isla or Isla Fisher? My girl?
I,
Miss
I
Fisher?
yeah.
Henley Reeves is the character's name. And then you have I don't even remember who she was going back and forth with, but you have like Jesse Eisenberg and then Dominic Sessa like going back and forth the whole time. Like he's giving like young, angsty teen, and
I
Jesse's
will
like, you
say,
know,
out of all
old
the little old
narcissist.
versus new, their two dynamics did merge much better. Like the the writing seemed more seamless and actually natural, I would say, when those two are talking.
I think they're just both great actors, and the way
Yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg acts, it's like so like he's so um it's not even, I don't even want to use the word dry to minimize like the what he's doing, but it's just so
I get what you're saying
realistic
though. Yeah. Like someone who
that it
would,
comes across.
yeah.
Because in real life, people are only so animated in casual conversation, and he comes across as someone who's literally just talking to you to speak to you as a person, like as if
That's probably what it
there's no
is. His
script.
I would say his like lines are very human and natural, like everyday, like me talking to someone who like on a college campus who wants to be a magician. Like I don't know, it just gives
Yeah,
natural. Whereas sometimes the scenes felt like we're in a magic movie versus we're magicians. Like I don't know. So I think when it woke
yeah,
me up, yeah, the when the writing was just so unnatural that it like woke me up. That's when I would consider it bad writing. Like, but then sometimes the writing was just
yeah.
really immersive and like, okay, this seems like it could be a real person sitting across from me talking. And I think that those are distinctions of the two writing. Movie versus like actually feeling realistic.
Yes, and I mean, there's only, you know, it's being written by the same people, so you know, it's, I think it's like a testament to his acting and just like how well he does um as an actor. It doesn't give like theatrical like, because it's not meant to be. This should just be me watching like a story play out. But I feel like everyone did a really good job. Oh my goodness. My girl, Rosamund Pike. Anything my girl does, she's gonna do it well. But the
She did
accent
so
confused
good.
me.
No, I see. I thought people were gonna be confused with the accent, but as soon as I saw the diamond in South Africa, I was like, she's gonna eat up that Dutch accent, like a Boer accent. Like it's so specific. Like I was like, she ate that up, and then she always plays a good villain, like anti. She's not an anti-hero, but she actually evil. But like, she always plays these like forward-facing, like good people-ish, off-putting, but like super horrible people like, and I feel like this was a perfect role for her. And I don't know why they chose that accent. I heard someone say that they thought she was trying to do a British accent, and I was like, no, like she did a perfect like South African Dutch accent. Like this is actually how they
So
talk.
you think it was okay? Because
It was
I have
great.
not familiar. Okay, I wasn't familiar because I was like, I remember at some point in the movie they mentioned like South Africa, and I said, okay, so she's trying to do South African, but even then within that, like, I'm sure there's a variety of accents down there. So I'm like, is she nailing it or is she not? Because
Yeah, she
I
to me she nailed it. I think she nailed it because it's a it's like a Dutch accent, but they like moved to South Africa basically. It's like you know how like there's British accents and then there's Australians, but then like British people are like Australians are basically British people, but like they're different. It's like that where it's like
yeah.
Dutch, but like a Boer South African accent. And I feel like she did good. Like if you think of it as a Dutch accent, does that change like how well
A
she
little
did?
bit, yeah. Cause
Yeah.
I don't know what I assumed. I didn't have like in my head a pre-existing like I don't know dialect or accent for South Africa. So I was just like, I actually don't know what she's doing. And then
It
because it's
sounds
a
really
comedy,
like
it did
stuck in her
run the risk
face.
of yeah, I also was aware like it's a comedy, so I was like, there is a world in which the accent is not landing on purpose, but I would not know because I'm not familiar enough with this like what it's supposed to sound like. So I'm like, I don't know. But she was so consistent that I'm like, okay, like she's obviously imitating something. Like I don't know. And then
like
because it's her, I trust her as an actress. So I said, if they told her to do something, I trust that she's doing it well, but I wonder what that is. Like, I had no idea.
she did it
But the
really well,
Dutch
in my
thing
opinion.
adds a lot of context.
Yeah, because it's not a common like thing that you would hear like how British accents are or like Nigerian or like Chinese accents or something. But she did it good. I think it's really close to English, so it just feels weird, like you're saying stuff weirdly.
It was interesting. I love her bad. Um, Dave Franco, love him like all the time, but that's somebody else who like okay, how do I say this in a way that like won't bite me in the next like 7 years? I think because there's just so many people on this cast that I love. Like, I mean, Mark Ruffalo was in it for 3 seconds, but I also love Woody Harrelson, obviously Morgan Freeman. Um, Everybody, even Ariana Greenblatt, I has seen her, Lizzie Kaplan, literally everybody across the board, tens. However, some of these tens were because I like magic, and some of these tens were because it gave like actor. You use your discernment to figure out which is which. I think it's fair to say Jesse Eisenberg is a very obvious like contender for like, okay, I'm applauding you because you did like you clocked in for work. Rosamund Pike, another obvious one. I'm not going to expand on anybody else because I do like them, but it's just like some of you I was just amused because I loved the tricks I was seeing on the screen, and had it been a different movie, I would have hoped the I mean, I don't know. Maybe this was the performance they thought was appropriate for a film like this. I don't know. I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just not
It's not
strong.
giving elevated thespian.
I do believe I could have been in Now You See Me 3. And I am
I
not
low
an
key you onto
actress.
something though. The trick
Really.
is only half of it.
It is. That's
The
what I'm saying. I'm
illusion
like,
is the
I love a
race.
card trick. But like I am also watching a movie.
Hold
Like
on,
I
I'm hitting a
do and
flow state right now, Kelsey. Give me a minute.
happening over there?
Bro,
That is
you didn't see the TikToks about the flow state? Like, they were like, whoa.
your For You page is not like mine. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like, you hit a flow
I don't
state.
have a clue.
I'm gonna send it to you later.
Please, because I don't know what you're talking about. Like, in the slightest.
It's so funny. It's literally like
Does it, is there a reason you hit it now? Like, did I
no, the flow
say,
state one is funny. Like you'll get it, bro. Like you'll find that so funny. You find this way funnier once I send you the flow state and you go back to look at this clip.
okay. But yeah, I just think they're not, I don't know. If this were a different movie and there were, or if the tricks were not as good, the magic was not as good, then this wouldn't have hit. Also, I do think it was better in the first two movies because we spent so much time establishing like the three new characters, the new Gen Z magicians, whatever, that I feel like I'm not even gonna blame it on them. Actually, it's just for some reason the tricks seemed more amateur, like than the original. I feel like the best scene that we got in terms of like ooh magic was at the I don't know what was that fundraiser or auction at the auction when they were revealing the heart diamond and then it ended up in Jesse Eisenberg's hands like across the room
Yeah,
and
that
they
was
had like
cool.
switched the cases like earlier on and like all of that stuff was really cool but like even when they were in the house I was like this is giving more like fighting combat with magic which is cool but it's not the same as magic. But like that, like whole like, I love when they start revealing things. But like when the
No,
police came to the
the
house,
you're
I
right
was like,
though.
that's just giving like fighting. And like even in
Yeah,
the end, like the car chasing, like cars are cool, but that's not like it's cool and the movie's fun still, but that's not the same as like
the magic.
magic. You know what I mean? Or even escaping from the box with the sand. I'm like, this is not the same as like some of the other more traditional like the catching the bullet stuff. That was cool. That part was cool. Or when they were like in the house before it went bad and they were like showing off like everyone did like a one magic trick. Why is that the peak for me? You know what I mean? Like I just love that. Like let's keep it classy. Let's stick to our roots. I want to see like, you know, I don't know, I love that. I ate it up. It was just
That
classic
was
card
a
tricks.
really, I will say, that was a really cool scene. Like, less of the more setting up a grand reveal magic and more just like, I really like, I feel like it was a lot of cohesion. And I don't know, it was an interesting scene. Like, I've never seen, like, I like that scene actually. Um, Seeing everybody do their little thing. Like, it kept my eyes glued to the screen. Yes.
I concur.
Yeah, like, I
Which
wasn't like, and another thing, pacing was good. Pacing was T. Y'all need to take
mhm.
notes. I don't even know how long the movie was, but I don't think there was a single part where I was like, let's move this up.
Yeah,
I would
same.
say the slowest part is the jail scene, and it was just on pace. Like it wasn't necessarily fast or slow; it was just on pace. Whereas the rest was like really like keeping a nice upbeat like pace. So I would just say that was really good job on that because I don't know if it's because the
And
subject
that's
matter or what,
yeah,
but
I feel like it's just an interesting topic. And then also like speaking of the jail scene, that's another good example of what I'm saying like the disguise thing like when she like was disguised as like this old lady and then she came and she broke them out. That was super duper cool, but also not magic to me. Unless it is
yeah.
magic and I'm sorry to y'all's community, I didn't recognize that. But I was like, that's just cool, but it's not like magic. And I feel like the first two had like a lot more like, I mean, they have
Magic,
fighting and
magic.
stuff, but it felt like, oh, y'all are giving me a show, a magic show right now, and I loved that. I really did.
I think that's true. I think they did less than magic in this one and more bigger. Like the setup was bigger, I think, in this one for the magic tricks. And I think maybe that led to less medium to smaller. magic that we saw, which is different. I think it just depends on if it's your cup of tea or not. I wasn't really that mad at it. I mean, I could obviously go for more magic, but I do appreciate the storyline though. I think they gave us a strong storyline. And I think for that, I'm willing to sacrifice the smaller magic tricks because the plot was really seamless. That was a good reveal, child. I did not see that coming. And when he brought up the accent and everything, he said, bullet trick.
Yeah,
I was like, you
that's when I
ate that.
realized that the accent was on point. Like the
Oh,
accent
really?
was actually Amy. Because when he started saying using his accent, I said, "Wait, it does sound similar to what she was doing this whole movie, so it must be good or something or on point or I don't know." Because I was like, the whole time it was distracting me. I'm not gonna lie, I had just not heard that, which that's my fault, guys. I'll go to South Africa. That's on me. But I was like confused until he kind of like also used it, and I said, "Oh, this is like solid." Because I don't even think her like Goonies were talking in an accent either, so that's why I was
One of them
confused.
was the
But
black one was because he's actually from a South
oh yeah, yeah,
African
yeah.
show, but he was. I think that was it though.
Yeah, you're right. But that was a good reveal, and I didn't see it coming at all. I knew there was something. I just didn't know who or what or why.
I didn't think it was gonna be
Um
that. Yeah, I did not like. I thought they were gonna set her up. Like people were gonna come out. I knew he wasn't gonna die, but I didn't know the whole thing before was also a magic trick. I think that's what like really was like plot. So I was like, dang, they've been playing this since then. Like I was like, oh my god, this is crazy.
the fact that he made the like even the cards, like the invitation cards to them really
Yeah,
blew my mind.
that
And
was
I
that
I
was
feel like
interesting
that's
too.
so yeah, I didn't think it was going to go back that far, but I should have known. That's something that these movies
Honestly,
like to do.
he
I
came
should
out
have
in
seen
his
it
suit
coming.
in his little accent. I was like, dang girl, you cooked. You're
That
cooked.
was crazy.
That was slick.
I
Like
want
that was like composure, everything. I was like, girl, like that's exactly the ending I would want for that. Like literally.
It was really good. But how good was it? Dun dun.
This is absolutely innocent for me. Like, what? Innocent, clean. I'm sorry for even pulling you over. Go home, be
That's
with your family.
crazy. That's so crazy.
No,
I
like
I never get an innocent from Georgette, so that's
I was
like
really
mind blowing.
entertained. Like even they had a job to incorporate these characters, which at first I thought was gonna be a little shaky. Three new characters, like I could see what like they try to do Gen Z, mix it up a little bit. So I was like, I'm interested to see how this is gonna incorporate. And I really feel like by the end of the movie, it was giving. I'm open to seeing these exact people in a new movie. Like, and I think that's a really hard thing when you already have a franchise established to like get new characters in and really make them feel like they're a part of the franchise and not like just doing whatever. So they did that really well. I love the chemistry that the characters have together. And yeah, I want to see. I already they said there's a new movie coming, and I'm gonna see that movie too. Like, and I'm excited to see it. I do. I like the tricks. I do need them to work on more natural writing on some parts. I would say that's my only. That's literally my only con, honestly. I loved how they were jumping from location to location. Like, I think they did that in other movies too. So yeah, I love that. Yeah, yeah. Like everything was just so good. Like it's just some the writing on some parts, but I'll let it slide because the rest of the movie was so good. So yeah, innocent.
I love this because it's so rare to have a movie deemed innocent by Georgette that it must have been great. Um, Unfortunately, while you let the car go, I stopped them about 2 blocks later and I pulled them over. And I just had to give them an infraction. And the tiniest of like infractions, like somebody, I don't even know, the smallest one you could find. Because here's the thing, I think I just really loved the first two so much. And it's not that I didn't like this one, It's just in comparison, I didn't like it as much. And I think that the things I was looking for could have been done. So, like, for example, the writing, um, which I get what you're saying, like, give them some grace because the tricks were so cool. But I still think, like, I've seen them really, like, blow my mind. And this was good. But I don't know. I would have loved to see less, like, fighting and more magic. Like, that scene from the first movie when they were in the vault is just, like, peak, and I want more of that. But again, we don't have to tussle over that. I just think, and I hate to say it, because even with those faults, I still would have given it an innocent. But the truth is, this is just me. It's the Gen Z cast. I'm sorry, I don't, I'm not a fan. And it's not even that I don't want them to do it because I understand it's necessary for the longevity of the franchise. But what I think they need to do to really sell me on it, you're gonna have to do another movie with the entire the millennials and the Gen Zers all together. Another movie. So now you see me 4 needs to have all of them just so it feels less like a passing of the baton because this just felt too obvious to me. Like I already see what's about to happen here. Like that was Dave Franco's last movie. um, but I think it would be smart if they just kept everybody together for one more, so that when Now You See Me 5 comes out, I'm speaking this into existence. It feels more natural. And they were very Gen Z to me, which they're younger Gen Z though. I don't identify with them. Like I don't like that representation for me. Even though it was honest, because that was like a good it was accurate, but I dislike it. I dislike people that age in real life. So I just think that it was irritating to me to see like teenagers be moody on the TV, which I think there's always a time for it, but like I actually just want mature adult magic right now. Like, but they were so
No,
talented, which is why I say keep them, but like let us ease into it. I'm not ready yet.
I do
But
have a
that's
point
me.
to
And
make
it's
that. Do
literally
agree.
not I don't even feel like it's like criticism necessarily. I still don't feel like I'm criticizing them. I just think it's like my opinion, like my preference, because the original 4 did so well. That's all.
I do agree with also in the beginning. I forgot that when they were like I think most of the dialogue issue happened in that apartment, like in that first couple of scenes. Because when they were first introducing, like when Atlas first came and he was like, "Oh, you're an orphan," this, that, and the third. I felt that was also unnatural and weird. And he was
Yeah.
like, "Do you remember the scene that I'm talking about?" Where he's like, "You're an orphan,
Mhm.
and then you have boarding school." And I'm like, "Hey, I feel like there needs to be a scene
Yeah.
before that. I feel like there needs to be a scene before that or something. Like I don't. I feel like that was a little bit rushed. Like I don't know. I guess not
It
because
was
he could.
super rushed.
Yeah, like they just like put them there and now they're together. Like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Maybe they kept it minimal because of the setup for the magic trick.
Time, I think.
Yeah, time too.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I don't know. That was just yeah.
I just think that that was so like I think that's what it is. I don't like a lot of tropes, but I'm against most involving like children and teenagers. Like I
Gen
just don't
Z.
like a stereotype. I don't like the stereotype because you had the one that was like an orphan but a leader, and then you have the one that's like on the surface seems like the leader but is really like rough around the edges, and then you have like the girl that's thrown in there for like diversity, and then it's just like why did there like
Ambiguous.
I don't know, it just gave like of course they live in this apartment, like of course that's how it looks like I just
Even the fridge
of
gave
course they
performative. I'm not gonna lie. Even the fridge was
I
like
I'm not gonna lie,
I was like, who studied
Georgette, you can ask, you can do a scan of my brain. I promise you, for the past 120 seconds, I've been trying to figure out how to get my point across without bringing up that refrigerator because I didn't want to seem like a hater. But I was thinking, the stupid fridge. Like, that is just, of course, they would have that stupid refrigerator. Like, that's what I was thinking this entire time.
It's like
I
that
kid you
woman
not.
that lives at home by herself in her New York apartment, and she only has like Chinese takeout and like a beer, and then
Literally, it's
she gets the
always,
takeout and she like
oh,
crosses her legs and
it's always
like
Chinese.
always Chinese, and it has to be in the specific red and white box.
Yes. Zero range, bro. Y'all don't eat anything other than Chinese in a white and red box, bro. Nobody's ever had like Mexican takeout. It's so stereotypical, and
And I
that's
was like,
why
you guys
I got so annoyed
you
with
guys
this
have
movie.
money. I was like, y'all actually have money though, too, because I was like, y'all just did that, pulled off that
Yeah.
Bitcoin. Like, I get not using the money, but y'all not poor.
Y'all could go to
Whole Foods.
Restoration Hardware and get one nice sofa. Like, I just don't understand. And my thing is like, it just felt very like stereotypical. Like someone said, "Oh, I saw Gen Z on TikTok and this is what they would say." And you're
This
not
is
wrong, but it's still annoying.
I feel like it's a really extreme stereotype. I don't even think that's the average like of the mean at all. I think that's just like they exist out there. Like how there's like hippies and stuff. Like that doesn't mean everybody at that age was a
Literally.
hippie. Like so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I felt like it worked. I think it did work enough.
Yeah.
It worked enough. Like I'm not so about
That's the
that.
best way to say it.
Yeah.
I agree. Man, that's a movie that, I mean, I'll be sad for whatever they do, even if the originals aren't in it, just because I love the plot, I love the premise, I love the idea. And so I'll be sad, but I have wants. But I feel like this is a good movie. Like, I feel like we are harder on movies than J-Pat, and we both loved it. So I think it was a good movie. Successful. Box officer approved. And next week, I will be back with a special guest to review After the Hunt, which originally released in theaters a few months ago, but very recently released on some streaming service that I'm going to type out because I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. But you guys have to go watch that movie. I have a lot to say, bro. That's the one okay, let's just set this up. The reason Georgette and J-Pat are not going to be on that episode is not because they were not watching the movie. It's because I told them, do not go to the movie and pay to watch this movie. I'm not going to waste your time. I'd rather you not watch it, and I already saw it with somebody, so I'll just make them review it with me instead. That's what we're setting ourselves up for. So be sure to tune in next Wednesday right here on the Box Officers Podcast.
Box officers out.